if you think you're going to do it in your own strength, then you know what? Yeah, you can do it.
COVID, it's been helping people move their businesses from offline or brick and mortar to online.
Systems are more important than skills as an entrepreneur today.
It's totally okay to reinvent yourself multiple times, especially when you're an entrepreneur.
Welcome to Profitable Coaching Conversations with WendyY Bailey. If you're a coach, speaker, or industry expert, you're in the right place for sales and marketing wisdom and insight to grow your coaching business. Now, here's your host, Income Acceleration Mentor, WendyY Bailey.
So hello again, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm WendyY, and I'm always excited to bring you another amazing guest. Today's guest is no different. Jodi Krangle is a voice actor and has been in the voice acting field for more than 13 years. She's worked with clients of major brands all over the world, including Dell, Kraft. She's also a singer, and in 2015, she put out her own album of jazz, blues, and traditional tunes. I love it. I love it. We got to talk more about that. Mm-hmm. Over the years and doing what she does, she's learned a lot about sound and how it influences people. She's got a podcast on her own called Audio Branding, the Hidden Gem of Marketing. We're going to talk more about that today. Welcome, Jodi Krangle.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you here because, you know, you really understand the power of your voice and the power of audio in your overall branding strategy. So talk a little bit about sort of what you do and how you came to do what you do.
Well, sound has always been important in my life, just pretty much from birth, because both my parents were musical. So it's always been sing-along time rather than story time.
I love it. I love it.
So it's always been important. And I've been singing since I've been talking. But as far as my voice is concerned, it actually took me a little while to decide to go into voiceovers. I didn't start that until 2007, and it had been percolating for a while since I volunteered my time to read books onto tape for the blind in 1995. And I didn't even really... Yeah, it's a long time. I didn't even really know that it was a thing until I had done that. And what I liked about that was that I actually enjoyed the tech as much as I enjoyed the reading, the speaking. Mm-hmm. So I kind of got the idea that I wouldn't mind the tech aspect of it as well as the voicing, which made it a little less scary. But it took me a while.
It is performance.
It is performance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely it's performance. But we wear a lot of hats, especially now. So I'm also my own audio engineer when it comes right down to it. So I need to know how to bookkeep. I need to know how to invoice. I need to know how to market. I need to know how to record myself. You know, like I need to make myself a space that actually works for recording. You know, I need to be able to buy microphones that will make me sound like a professional. You know, I need to pay for coaching and I need to do that coaching. There's like a whole bunch of things that go into this. So it's very right and left brain.
Yeah.
I kind of like it that way. But it took a while for me to get into the business because at the time I was doing internet marketing and SEO. And I've been on the internet.
This is a far cry from
that.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah. But I started in computers and I went from computers to the internet and loved every second of it. And so that was my first love, I guess.
Technology.
Yeah, definitely technology. I'm a techie geek. Yes. And I guess I decided in 2007, I was looking around me at the internet and SEO prospects, and I was finding that Google was kind of the only game in town left. And that was boring to me. So I was kind of done.
Yeah.
And I was already self-employed. I'd probably been self-employed since about the year 2000. And
so for about 7 years at that point.
Yeah. So at that point, it was like, well, okay, so what do I do now? I have no safety net. I just have to go for it. What else am I going to do?
So you did, and
I
it's
did.
been big for you.
Yeah. Actually, it's been probably the best decision that I could have made. And I made a lot of mistakes along the way, but you live and learn and you get better at your craft and you do coaching and you make better demos and you
Mhm.
get better clients and it's all a constant progression of joy actually, because I
Mhm.
just love what
Mhm.
I do.
Mhm. So let me ask you, who's the biggest client? Like when you think of a popular brand, who's the
Mhm.
biggest client that you've served with your voice?
Oh my goodness. Oh, there are so many ways to answer that question, though. Well, okay, it's not that there are, like, so many that my mind is blown. What I mean by that is that a lot of the companies that I've worked for have been less than glamorous jobs. I
Mhm.
do corporate narration, I do some e-learning, I do, IVR, which is phone
Yeah.
systems and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
Not all of it is lovely commercials, and I don't do animation or video games or audiobooks at all. That's not my jam.
Mhm.
So, have I worked for large companies? Yes, totally, but if I named those and you looked for a commercial by me, would you find
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah. No. So
It
let
just
me ask the
yeah.
question differently then. Who's
Yeah,
the
okay.
largest brand? What's the
Mhm.
largest brand that you've worked for to provide voiceover for a commercial specifically?
Uh, there have been a number of them. I don't know if you know who Schlage is, but they are a lock maker, and they are probably one of the biggest lock makers that you will find inside, say, Home Depot.
Okay.
And, it's a German company, but they do a whole lot of advertising, and they've done that, over a long period of time, so I've done
Mhm.
some stuff for them. But I also did a spot for LL Flooring, so that's a pretty big one.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah. Those are big names. I don't always recognize big names
yeah,
because, it sounds to me like it's very specific in terms of how
yeah,
you're able to support your clients and do that. What do
yeah.
you say to the person who is watching and listening
Mhm.
and they're going, "Wow, I love her voice. I think it's great. How do I use my voice or audio as part of my overall brand strategy?"
I would say that if you are interested, you could start a podcast
Mhm.
because that is a great way to get your message out. If it's a branded podcast, what I would say is make sure I was just having a conversation with a guy named Jeff Vidler today for my own podcast, and he
Okay.
does research on, the numbers that go behind who's listening to podcasts and who's listening to radio, et
Mhm.
cetera, and really fascinating stuff. And one of the things that he said was that when brands make a podcast, they need to make sure that that podcast is a gift to their listeners. So instead of making a podcast that's stories all about your brand, maybe take a step back, go a little bit deeper into a niche topic and sort
Mhm.
of talk about that topic and give value to your listeners.
Yeah, I was
That's
thinking
that's yeah.
that's exactly the word I was thinking,
Yeah.
value. Because my whole thing with the web TV show and audio podcast is
Mhm.
to add value.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
I ask the questions, that's why I bring the guests. That's why even on the bonus episodes, they're really content driven, right?
Sure.
So I
But it's
get
a
it. I
great
totally get
way.
it.
Yeah. That is a really good way to use your voice to reach the
Yeah.
people that you want to reach.
Yeah, very
Um,
good. Very
yeah.
good. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll do our profitable wisdom segment. Sound
Okay.
good?
Sounds good.
We'll be right back. Hi, if you're looking for ongoing coaching and support to grow your coaching business and you're really ready to make consistently more than $10,000 a month, that's 6 figures a year. You're in the right place. More Coaching Client Sales and Marketing Academy may be just what you're looking for. Hi, I'm WendyY Bailey. I'm a 19-year veteran business and sales coach, and I'm the dean and founder of More Coaching Client Sales and Marketing Academy. This may be exactly what you're looking for. There are three key areas of focus and discovery at the Academy: mindset, marketing, and sales. Mindset is everything. It's crucial to your ability to grow your coaching business and do all of the things that will help you to do it easily and effortlessly. Mindset is everything. When you're part of the Academy, I'm there to champion you, to help you develop the skills and make the shifts to elevate your mindset to a growth mindset that supports and serves you. Marketing is an area that most coaches really struggle in. It's because you're working yourself into a frenzy, marketing and doing all these things to get seen with very little traction. I want to show you how to market your services and programs and products in a way that's authentic to you, in a way that speaks to client attraction and visibility. Sales doesn't have to be sleazy, slimy, pushy, or salesy when you understand it's a conversation. Sales conversations that convert free clients to paying clients are all about the relationship and the connection, and I'll tell you more. At the Academy, there's so many opportunities for you to learn and grow your business. There's one live video training monthly. There are monthly office hours, which is a slice of one-on-one time with me, WendyY Bailey. And there are video replays that are posted in the 24/7 online campus for you to access at any time. In the live video training, I give you what I call activation assignments. And once you complete your activation assignments, you can get feedback from me directly related to your assignment. It's a recorded critique. It's a feedback that goes into your client folder, your professional reference library for the Academy, and I'm always there to support you. With your permission, I share that feedback and critique in our private Facebook forum. You get to network and connect with people, and I'm sometimes doing pop-up trainings and live activities right there in our discussion forum. As part of the Academy, you also get a dedicated resource called the Program Concierge, there to support you in finding things around the Academy, knowing if you're looking for something or having trouble with something. The concierge will be there to support you. There are also recommended tools and resources from my arsenal of tools and resources to support you. And if there are other activities that you want to engage in that are outside of the Academy, that are still part of Business Beyond Limits, my business, you can also get savings opportunities for those. There's so much available for you at the Academy. So join the Academy so you can create high value, high dollar programs. You can also sell those high dollar services and programs with grace and ease. You get to build relationships with more of your most ideal clients. I show you how. And you get to create lead magnets that attract more of your most ideal clients. It's called premium content. I also work with you at the Academy to develop your unique and authentic selling strategy. You gain more visibility for your program, services, and products. You become a marketplace influencer on the right platforms, accelerate your income quickly and strategically, and create consistent monthly income of $10,000 or more. That's more than 6 figures annually. You don't have to take my word for it. Let's check out what Academy members say. Sharita Sparrow, therapeutic arts master of the Feathers Touch, said, "Once upon a time, I struggled in my business when it came time to increase my rates. I felt uncomfortable charging the true value for my therapeutic art services. After working with WendyY, I instantly doubled my income. She showed me how to reframe my approach to charging what I deserve. No more shortchanging myself." And then there's Rebecca. Rebecca says, "My investment in working with WendyY saw a financial return of 200%, along with additional coaching and speaking opportunities. All I can say is thank you, WendyY. Thank you, Rebecca." And then there's Wilma Brown, who's a speaker and author. She said, "Working with WendyY is a great fit for me. I feel that I'm in partnership with a coach who is helping me achieve my business goals. WendyY's suggestions are on the money and I'm learning so much. I now have a new way to acquire customers who are willing to work with me and are excited about positive change. WendyY, you are the one for me." Thank you. Thank you, Wilma. And then there is Kenneth Burnett, life coach and vision doctor. WendyY is such a professional coach and transformational expert. She always knows exactly what to say or do to make sure that I stay on track with my business. She knows if I need a marketing strategy, a better technique, or a mindset shift. I'm there for you, Kenneth, every step of the way. Like Kenneth, you can become an elite member. That's the first 100 people that are members of the Academy for $147 per month. Valued at more than $30,000, you get access to me and all of the content and resources that are available at More Coaching Clients Sales and Marketing Academy. Join for the month of September 2021 for $147 per month so that you can take advantage of all of the goodies and benefits that are part of More Coaching Clients Sales and Marketing Academy. Thanks so much, and I look forward to serving you.
Hey there, I'm Ty Goodwin, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, I'm Dr. Terry Levine, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Soy Lisa Santiago McNeil y está viendo el programa de conversación rentable de coaching con WendyY Bailey. Haga clic en me gusta, comente, revise y escriba ahora para recibir una notificación cuando se publique el próximo episodio. Adiós.
So welcome back. We're talking with voice actor, voice talent, renowned voice talent, I will say, Jodi Krangle. She's chuckling at me, but you know it's true. It's funny because I have a friend who is a voice actor as well. Mm-hmm. And when I mentioned your name, she was like, oh, everybody knows Jodi Krangle. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm glad everybody knows you. That's why I
didn't know that.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
and even though there are a lot of people doing voice acting and serving as a voice talent, the cream always rises to the top, right? So it's a small community, and the cream rising to the top says to me, that's why she knows you, because, you know, you're in what's really a small community, it seems like.
Yeah.
You know,
a very close-knit one too.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. But let's get into our profitable wisdom segment. Sure. I love asking these questions of my guest, Jodi, because what it does is it helps the audience kind of think about where they are, think about what they're doing, see more possibility in terms of where they can go and what kind of considerations and choices they can make when they understand more options and things like that. So I love this section for that reason. So the first one is, who's had the greatest influence on you in your life?
I would have to say more than one person, because my parents, when I was growing up, actually modeled the idea that you could work for yourself. So when I was growing up, and I'm a Gen X child, so, you know, kind of like a latchkey kid almost, you know, I had the example of my mother, who was an interior designer at the time, and she had her own business. So she was working for herself. My dad was working in a family business. So technically, I guess he was sort of self-employed. I don't know what you'd call that, but maybe. And they at one point went out on their own and had a business together that failed. And I remember hearing about how all of that happened and how they recovered and how it really didn't slow them down all that much. And that made a big impression on me, because it's not only what people do with their successes, it's what they do with their failures and what you learn from that. Yeah. You know, your failures teach you. And if you never have a failure, you're not going to get better. There's just no way to do it.
For those of you who are listening, I'm like nodding my head vigorously to everything Jodi is saying. It's because you're right. You're right. Those kind of examples
Mhm.
really do teach you a lot more than, oh, well, my parents was really successful. They were really successful without any hiccups, without
Mhm.
any speed bumps, right? You get to see the whole range in terms of their self-employment and entrepreneurship
Yeah.
and how they saw it philosophically as well.
I learned
Yeah.
a ton. And I also learned that you can fail and still move on to something better.
Mhm.
That's not
Mhm.
the end of it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the
Yeah.
kiss of death.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
and yeah. Yeah. I think that's good. Too many entrepreneurs are out there in the marketplace thinking, well, if this doesn't work, I don't have any choices. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Always. Yes,
Mhm.
you do. Always. Yeah. So what's the best business advice you've ever received, Jodi?
Run your own race.
Yeah,
Definitely comparison is the kiss of death. Oh
it
my
is.
goodness.
It is.
And especially relating that to voiceover, when you're in voiceover and you're trying to make your name for yourself and service clients and be the one that they come to when they think of a certain type of sound,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be yourself because no one's paying you to put on a voice and be like someone else. They're paying you to be yourself and caring about their product or service.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to be anyone else. I am unique, and what I offer to my clients is unique. And
Yeah.
that's how people are going to come to me or why they're going to come to me. So
Yeah.
if I'm comparing myself to other people who are maybe further along the journey, or if I'm comparing my social media to everyone else's highlight reels, it's not fair to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be depressing. So I would say just run your own race. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that.
Stay in your lane and be the individual that you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
don't know what's going on.
People love authenticity as well. So if
Hmm.
you're trying to be something that you're not, it comes through no matter
Yeah.
what you're doing. So I love
Especially
that.
in the human voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell in the voice. It's one of those things. That's why voice acting is actually acting because not only do you have to speak the words on a page in a performance, but you need to sound like you actually care about it.
Hmm.
And I'm in a really unnatural environment right now. I mean, I have headphones on my head, I have a microphone in my face, I'm looking at a screen in a padded room.
Hmm.
And basically, that's how I do my work. So a lot of this is theater of the mind and believing that I'm having a conversation with someone. Someone asked me a question, and this is how I'm answering, you know?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it just has to sound real.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
love that you made that distinction because I think there are people who have gone into voice acting without understanding that. And they thought it was about deepening their voice, or they
Yeah.
thought it was about talking slower or faster. And that's just
Yeah.
not what it is. So thank
No.
you for sharing that. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that. So
Anyone who gets into this needs coaching, is all I'm gonna
yes,
say. You need
yes.
coaching, and I don't care what your background is.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole different experience,
It
you
totally
know?
is. Yeah.
I mentioned my friend who's a voice actor as well,
Mhm.
and I love listening to her today
Mhm.
because, like in our dialogues, like our personal conversations, as she's talking about being a voice actor, because she totally understands
Mhm.
coaching has to be part of what she does.
Oh,
She
yeah.
hired a coach who was specific to voice acting.
Mhm.
She has participated in voice acting specific events and conferences and learning labs and all kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see because I don't know that I knew voice acting came with all of those kinds of benefits and support,
Sure.
supportive people or systems to really make a difference in your success. So I love that. I love that.
Mhm. Yeah.
And for you, what's been your largest single sale? And what was the amount, the circumstances, and what did you do to celebrate?
Well, it's a bit of a complicated question to answer when it comes to voice acting because when we do a project, we're licensing our voice. So it's kind of like licensing music. It's not a one-time buy and sale, you know what I mean?
Mhm, mhm,
It is you get to use this for this campaign for a certain amount of time. So probably the largest check I ever received was for $14,000. And that was for a campaign that had been done through Visit Orlando, actually. So it was a tourism campaign. And I've worked with them for years. I had worked with them for many years before that and after that as well. Unfortunately, when COVID hit, it kind of, it kind of went away.
Well, no one
So
was visiting anywhere, so I
no
get it.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'd certainly love to continue working with them, but it may be that they have decided at this point to go in a different direction. That happens as well. It was a project that I had originally gotten through an agent of mine, and they were really lovely people to work with, and it was all remote. So I'd get a
That's even
script.
better. And you're in
Yeah.
Canada, just so people know,
Yes.
you're in Canada. So,
Yeah, I'm just
you
north
know,
of Toronto.
yeah, doing voice acting for someone in Florida, an organization in Florida would have
Yeah.
meant heavy travel if it wasn't remote.
Yeah, I actually, around 98% of my work, almost all of it is with the US. So all of it is remote at this point. And that's, whether or not I'm doing it on my own, they just send me a script and give me a little bit of direction, and then I record it and send it to them. Or it could be a live directed session, which these Visit Orlando spots were live directed. And over a remote connection, they would tell me what they wanted from take to take. And I would record it all, or they would record on their end, which is really cool. And then I'd either send them a file, or they would already have what they needed. So yeah,
Very cool.
yeah.
I love the sort of process that you go through to make your voice part of someone's brand. I love that.
Yeah.
So we've all had times where we thought of giving up. What has helped you move through those times and stay the course in your business?
I I have to say I really don't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
So staying the course is really
What else you gonna do?
well, I guess I could do something else, but I don't
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
So it's make it work or else. But at the same time, I do recognize that in particular in voiceover, the business ebbs and flows. So it really depends. You'll have dry spells. There will definitely be dry spells. And you may think, oh, I'll never work again, but at some
That's an
point,
ultra dry
oh,
spell.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure a lot of voice talent go through that stress when things just don't seem to be coming in, and you're not sure what's going on. But there are things to do while you are waiting for that to pass, and that is other marketing. You can do outreach to potential clients. You can create a podcast. You can do all sorts of other things to start that ball rolling again. You can make a new demo. You can get more coaching. You can ask your colleagues, if they're noticing anything that's changed. There are all sorts of ways that you can reinvigorate yourself. And I think that the slower periods just mean that's the time to buckle down and do more marketing.
Yeah. The thing that I love that was a bit of a surprise to me is that voice acting isn't reserved to commercials. Like
Oh, no.
earlier you mentioned narrating, corporate narration. You
That's my
mentioned,
favorite. I
is
love
it
it.
really?
It is because a lot of these websites for big name companies, like that's what one of the Dell things was. I've done stuff for BBVA as well, and like a bunch of
What is that?
other.
I don't recognize that.
BBVA is a World Bank. They're like
Gotcha.
almost like an investor, like a global kind of thing.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of other ones, and some of them are industrial, and you may not have heard of them, but they're big, like in their
Why
own
do you love
industry.
that so much? Corporate
Because
narration.
yeah, it's one of those things where it's a website, it's a web video usually, or a video that they then promote to their social media and stuff like that. That is a sort of anthem video. I kind of love anthem videos. They're like the this is who we are and we're proud, kind of videos that you see on people's websites. And I love them because the music that usually goes behind these is uplifting and
Epic.
invigorating and epic, exactly. And I love putting the voice to that because if I do a little bit of research into these companies, I can be really proud for them
Yeah.
because they've done good things, and I want to make sure other people know about it. And that's I love doing it. It's
Is
just
that part of your process, Jodi, where you sort of check them out and make sure that your values are in alignment?
less so that more than I want to know who they are.
Mhm.
It's not an alignment of values because it's not my position to judge anybody. I'm not going to, whatever. That's not my job.
Mhm.
My job is to make sure that they are able to communicate who they are to the people that experience their brand. And if they feel that my voice can do that, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Mhm.
And what has been your greatest personal accomplishment outside of your business?
I have been married over 30 years.
Yeah, that's a major personal accomplishment.
That's a pretty big one.
Marriage
Yeah.
isn't easy, so
No.
I get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. It's definitely work and it's constant work, but it's very rewarding work.
Very cool. 30 years is a major milestone in
Yeah.
terms of marriage too. Yeah,
Mhm.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So, as you were talking, the thing that I kept wanting to ask you without interrupting you
Sure.
is, what do you say to the entrepreneur who's listening, who says, I don't really want to be a voice actor. I want to know what I need to do to hire a good one, a
Mm.
great one. What do you say to them? What is the recommended process for making that happen? And, when I ask the question, I'm talking less about, oh, you need to contact this organization, you need to do that. What do they need to look for? What questions do they need to ask to be sure they're getting a really good voice actor for whatever they're doing?
Sure. I would say that if you can give the voice actor information on the project that you're thinking of hiring them for, it would be a lot easier for them to get you an accurate quote. And I'm also going to say that a voice actor who has been doing this a while is not going to be cheap. These are not inexpensive services. And also, like I said, it's licensing. So you're not necessarily buying their voice for forever. It depends. It depends. There's a difference between broadcast and non-broadcast. And broadcast being TV, radio, streaming media, being online in pre-rolls and things like that on YouTube, that kind of thing. Anything that has a paid placement bit to it. And then you have your non-broadcast, which is the web videos that are just there, like explainer videos and web videos that sit on your own personal company's website or in their personal YouTube channel, or that go to internal investors or that are heard at trade shows, that kind of stuff, or
Sure.
even telephone stuff, IVR and on hold and that kind of thing. That's all non-broadcast. So non-broadcast is usually a buyout. So you don't need to pay again over a certain period of time. It's usually going to be used for as long as you want and not a huge big deal. When it comes to the broadcast, the reason that most voice actors don't give you unlimited time is because there may be a client that comes to them in the same industry that you're in that says that they want exclusivity of your voice for the duration of their project. And if I have, for instance, this is a generalization, but if Coke came to me and said, I want exclusivity for a year for you to be our voice for this product, and I had a small local pop company that had been using my advertisements forever, I couldn't then say that I could work for Coke because that exclusivity wasn't something I could offer.
Yeah.
And that's possibly a lot of money out of my pocket. That's impacting on my ability to make a living. So most voice actors are going to say no to what's called in perpetuity. That's like forever usage when it comes to broadcast. So there's usually a time limit on that, usually 1 year. I mean, it could be less than that, but 1 year to say 3 years or something like that might be a max.
Nice.
And it depends on how long you're going to use it. In advertising, I don't necessarily think it's necessary to use it for more than a year because things change so fast. So, especially now. So I can't see a year, I just can't see in perpetuity as being needed. It kind of becomes something that when people hear the usage of other places, they bring it into their own contract, you know what I mean? Without really knowing what it means. So just something to pay attention to. If you can give the voice talent more information to know exactly what your project is, where it will be used, how many people will hear it, and for how long, that is going to allow them to give you an accurate quote.
Nice. Fascinating industry. Really, truly fascinating.
It is.
So we're going to take a quick break. Say it again. I'm sorry.
We have to be careful.
Yeah. We got to know what's involved.
Yes.
And, as I was listening, I was like, this is really the process that entrepreneurs, and let me just be clear, coaches should go through when it comes to setting the fees for their programs.
Oh, yeah.
I just did a lab a couple of days ago about pricing and value. And your story really just screams, you need to make sure you understand the payoff. That's what I keep telling people.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you're charging based on the transformation you're going to deliver for the client based on your work together. That's what you just described to me. So I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm making sometimes millions of dollars for the people that are hiring my voice for a project. So, that's not something that should be cheap.
Exactly. Because of how they're going to use it, how long they're going to use it. And in reality, you're anticipating what they're going to generate in terms of revenue because of your voice being, you lending your voice to the project, whatever it is, or whatever time. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So we're going to take another quick break. And when we come back, I'd love for you to kind of circle the wagons and let everybody know your parting thought.
Sure.
Okay. All right. We'll be right back. This is Set Your Fees for Success and Profitability. And I actually created like a subtitle for it because it was important to me to do that. Because what we're going to do is we're going to change your beliefs about what you bring to coaching and your program specifically. We're also going to assess the value. That's a really, really big part and an important part of what we're going to be talking about today. I want you to walk away from this feeling like you are ready to charge higher fees for your coaching program services and products. Backed by popular demand, Set Your Fees for Success and Profitability, an interactive masterclass especially for coaches. Join me and 15 committed coaches on October 14th from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern for interactive training, coaching, exercises, and so much more. You'll walk away with your detailed plan for creating predictable monthly coaching income. You'll also walk away with true clarity about the value of your coaching program services packages and products, and definite language to attract and convert your most ideal clients into your program services and products. There's so much more. Your enrollment includes a group coaching lab, slides, videos, and a workbook. Valued at more than $1,900, you're only going to pay $497. Early enrollment bonus before September 30th, a 1-hour sales and mentoring session with me. Enroll today at setyourfeesforsuccess.com. That's setyourfeesforsuccess.com. And I'll see you there. Hi everyone, WendyY here, and I want to extend a personal invitation to you to join the Profitable Coaching Society. It's a growing community of more than 300 coaches, speakers, industry leaders, marketplace influencers, and emerging thought leaders who look, sound, and have businesses just like you. over in the society, we are talking all things sales and marketing. We're talking personal development. We're talking professional development. And my goal in creating this community is to make sure you have a place where you can come and get sales and marketing support, coaching, tips, strategies, and you also have an opportunity to network with others in the community. So be sure to join me at profitablecoachingsociety.com. That's profitablecoachingsociety.com, and I'll see you over there. Take care, everyone. Bye. Hey there, are you on Clubhouse, coaches? If you're there, I'd love to connect with you there. Join me in the Profitable Coaching Club. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, we feature a panel of really amazing speakers talking about topics and sharing their experiences about growing their coaching businesses to 6 figures and beyond. Join us over there at profitablecoachingclub.com. That's profitablecoachingclub.com, and I'll see you over there.
Hi, I'm Mary Seiss, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so that you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi there, I'm Robert Kennedy III, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. Don't forget to like, comment, review, and subscribe right now so that you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, I'm Jodi Krangle, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversations Show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Okay, and we're back talking with Jodi Krangle, who is a voice actor and renowned talent for what she does. I hope you guys have gotten so many nuggets from our conversation. But, I want to ask Jodi, tell me if there's one thing you really want the audience to glean or know from our conversation. What would that be?
I think that you don't have to be afraid of failure, that it's a learning step along the way, and failing is natural, and it's what you do after that that really is what matters.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I've been in that space the last couple of days where that theme, that thread of, it's not failure, you learn, has been part of so many conversations I've had in the last 2 or 3 days. I'm like, okay, Lord, are you trying to tell me something? What are you trying to say to me that it's happening so much? Like, this theme is so present. I appreciate it though, because I know failure is always an opportunity to learn, you know. Yeah. It is, I think I said something to someone the other day that it's okay when you hit rock bottom because you can always go up from there.
That is true. Yes.
Direction, right?
There's nowhere else but up.
Exactly. You take all of the lessons you learn when you start to rise again, so to speak. So yeah, I love it. Jodi, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been fun.
And would you describe the gift that you have for everyone? Just describe it, and we'll put the link in the show notes.
Sure. I have a downloadable PDF that is called 5 Tips for Implementing an Intentional Audio Strategy. And it's really for anyone who is looking to make a comprehensive audio package, I guess, for their company or their brand or their service or product, and wants to know where to start and how to think about it.
Thank you for sharing that gift. So thanks again for being here. And, I'll make sure that our audience knows how they can reach out and stay in touch with you. Great conversation, Jodi. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you next time for another episode of the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show. Be sure to join the after party over at profitablecoachingsociety.com. And when you join, you're going to receive a special report called What Stops Your Sales Success and What to Do About It. Profitablecoachingsociety.com, and we'll see you there. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning into Profitable Coaching Conversations with WendyY Bailey. Be sure to join us at the after party at www.profitablecoachingsociety.com. We'll see you next time for more sales and marketing wisdom and insight from WendyY and her amazing guests. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you know when new episodes are posted.